I had a bunch of videos I made earlier, and then I went, I kind of named names, so maybe I need to back off from that, so I deleted them. But I'm definitely going to reiterate what I said before. So this dude pops off and goes, hey, that's my aunt's store. And I went, so what? Right? And he went, she does a service to the community, and she's the one keeping the crackheads out of her store. But you failed to mention that your biggest fan happened to be a convicted meth user, right? He was how I met you. Of course, I didn't know at the time that he was smoking meth. I knew that he was selling a little bit of dope, right? And you and your wife were the customers who, by the way, she had no problem. I guess you do smoke with all the wives because your wife was there smoking while she was pregnant. But, it's for medical, so it's okay. So anyway, dude pops off and says that, with your attitude, Jim, every door in Sedona is going to be closed. Well, for somebody like you, it would be closed because you're the one posting shit about how, hey, does anyone know any good Christmas trees, right? And more or less saying, can I get a free one? Right? And you also, when I was selling my shit, you had no problem. When I said, you want to know what kind of games I had for the PS system? And I said, well, I got this. He goes, well, it's really no good to me without a system, right? I knew what you were fucking getting at, So then you had to throw in that, you're not judgmental of me because I was washing dishes and I got roommates. Well, apparently you were judgmental and you totally forgot that because you don't know me, that I had, when I first come here, I was writing for the fucking newspaper, right? Did that. Hosted the first ever Sedona to Celebration of Sedona 2010. Hollywood Jim, how you doing, folks? Right? Did that. Worked at a gallery in Uptown. Was the concierge at Center for the New Age. Oh, and had my own radio show right here in Sedona. And what did you do? Oh, yeah, you work at that diner in Sedona, one of the worst restaurants in all of northern Arizona, and we all know it, right? And then in your free time, you're climbing rocks. That's what you do. But what else do you do that you failed to mention is you got pinched for child support when you went to the Department of Social Services, right, to get a bigger bump in your welfare check. And, of course, they want the Social Security number now. And you give it and you got pinched, right? Didn't fucking mention that. Didn't mention that. And you were sorely, and then said you were praying for me when I was in California and talked to your wife and said, if Jim ain't got nowhere to go, then he can come stay with us. You don't fucking know me for a minute because I had my bases covered, baby. And you think for a minute that this was going to go and live in your fucking dirty house? You needed to check that. And so the truth is, you need to shut your fucking hole. And this is the last motherfucking time. And I kind of thought you were half a fag anyway, because you were hanging out with the one, the marijuana meth head, right? And how did I find out he was a meth head? Because it's a small town, baby, small town. But you forget that because a friend of a friend sent me a link, and it was to mugshots.com, and the other link was to the Yavapai, Arizona Supreme Court, right? Where all this shit is public information. And there is your buddy who had a current charge pending for dangerous drug possession. But also in his history was credit card fraud, identity theft, other drug possession charges, some kind of road rage thing, and selling contraband in prison, in jail. So this person was not a winner and somebody I chose to back off from. But anyway, you're kind of guilty by association. And I tried to back, and I really hate when people fucking go, they want to be your friend, but they never think for a minute that maybe you don't want to be their friend. I never wanted to be your friend. So, it's just, look, 2013 coming, I'm just bouncing on all the rejects.